do that.
Let's now take you to matters at the national scene, where stakeholders in River State are voicing their expectations from the National Assembly following the presidential request to confirm the INEC chairman nominee. The president of the Ijaw National Congress, Professor Benjamin Okaba, says the National Assembly has become predictable, judging by its recent actions. Professor Okaba told correspondent Yoibi Oruware that he is not expecting anything different from the lawmakers during the screening of the INEC chairman nominee.
You also know that the president of the National Assembly has said, the senator has said that whatever president does is where we go. The president leads, I will follow. What will happen on that day might just be a formality for any show of rigor. That is said, nobody is expecting anything. And the expectations are very clear. Who is going to deliver me? It's not about the nation. Who can give me results?
On the spot, the spokesperson of the Emeka Bike-led APC in River State, Darlington Wuju, urged the National Assembly to focus more on electoral reforms that will ensure credible outcomes in future elections.
To have persons who are ready to work for Nigeria. And so it must start from the parliament, the kind of parliamentarians you have. The position of the INEC Rex and the National Commissioner, Chairman of INEC, should be advertised. People from the private sector apply. And so let the process be as transparent as possible so that Nigerians can take ownership of the electoral framework that now leads to the emergence of their leaders.
Still at the national level, reactions are trailing the presidential pardon recently granted by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Speaking to correspondent Yoibi Oruware, the Imam of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor Abdul Razak Kinali, says some of the categories of persons who benefited from the presidential pardon are justified. He explained that the Muslim faith is not against pardon for any degree of sin, provided it is done with a genuine intention.
But I think some people are justified to have been forgiven. Those who already served a larger part of their punishment, forgiving them is not abnormal. Those who are aged, those who are suffering from terminal ailments, forgiving them is also not abnormal. Those who have seen some kind of radical change in the prison too can also be forgiven based on the recommendation of the prison official. We are not a prison official. We do not know what has happened. We do not know what has transpired behind the scene. For them to have recommended to government, I think Nigerians should also give benefit of doubt to the people we have appointed, the officials we have employed to do one job or the other.
The Imam also believes that the decision will not lead to an increase in crime, contrary to some public opinions.
And that is when we look at leadership in Islam, we see it as a kind of a representative or an ambassador of God on the service of God. So they should do the willing and the prescription of God in doing their day-to-day activities as leaders. However, in terms of whether it's going to have a kind of problem or the psyche of the people, it depends on the individual. Criminality is acquired by many people, acquired from the society, they acquire from the environment. Many more people may want to join criminality. So let me commit crime, and after 2 or 3 years, I get pardon under the government because of the connection I have.
Professor Kinali said the government, acting as God's representative, has the moral responsibility to forgive petitioner.
The blame should lie